Nothing screams Florida like a beautiful convertible on a nice sunny day. And that's what I have for you today. Thanks to Land Rover and Jaguar of Sarasota, I'm going to be able to check out this beast for you. 2022 BMW M4 Competition Convertible. This vehicle has been customized by the customer who ordered it first. So today we're going to go through some features of it. We're going to take it for a test drive. And that's all thanks to these guys at Land Rover and Jaguar of Sarasota. This is the first time we meet. My name is Matt and I do car reviews. So if that's something that interests you, check out the rest of my channel. Hopefully you like it. Hit that little red subscribe button at the bottom of this video. Now let's get back to this. It's hard not to get excited standing to one of the most powerful, one of the most beautiful convertibles on the road, in my opinion. Now, this is the BMW M4 Competition Convertible. The BMW redesigned the 4 Series back in 2021, and a lot of people didn't quite get the front end. I've always liked it. You can check out my review of one that I've done back then. Now, the M4 was available in 2021, but 2022 they added the convertible, and this is the M4 Competition, which means that it is more powerful and quicker than the regular M4. So what do we have as far as the design and styling of it? This really nice and long hood. It's super nicely sculpted right here, creating this more muscular and more dynamic look in the front. And of course, this front grille right here, the double kidneys, that's huge right here on this vehicle, dressed in this piano black M4 Competition on the side, front view camera, BMW logo, front spoiler right at the bottom, and then lots of open spaces to help with cooling off the engine, aerodynamics of this vehicle. Again, the air curtains on the side, that helps with that, channeling that air through with better aerodynamics. And now you have this fully LED light setup with such an iconic BMW daytime running light, so you can definitely know who follows you or what kind of car follows you. But in case you were wondering what powers up this beast, let's check it out. And definitely one of the most exciting parts of this vehicle is its engine. And what we have here is a 3-liter inline-6 twin turbocharged and intercooled engine producing 503 horsepower, 476 foot-pounds of torque. Made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60, guys, wait for it, 2.8 seconds. This is a really quick vehicle. Now check out all of this setup right here. You can see all this bracing between the strut towers and in the front for better rigidity and dynamics of driving. And then right on top of here you do have the dual latches for the hood, and it's held up nice and tight by this hood struts in front. I'm curious how it drives. Here it is, guys, on a beautiful day like today. Definitely I want to keep the top down. It is a cloth top, by the way. It's not a hardtop convertible. Let's check it out. This color really pops in the sunny day like this, the Toronto red. And the wheel and tire setup. So you have 19-inch rims in the front, 275/35 on the 19-inch rims. Michelin Pilot Sport. This is what you get on the M4 Competition. As far as the tires, love the design of the rims, the multi-spoke design of it. And in the background, in the front, you can see those 15.7-inch rotors that are drilled. They're carbon ceramic brakes. And you can see those massive calipers in the back, the red ones with the M logo on it. Looks absolutely beautiful. What they had to do also is they had to extend, kind of make the front and rear fenders a little bit beefier to cover up these massive tires. Now, you have a different size wheel. So you have the 20-inch wheel in the back. The tires are also slightly wider at 285, and the brakes are at 15 inches, so slightly slower. But you have enough braking power to stop this beast. M4 Competition right over here. Beautiful place to place it. More aerodynamic look right here. And check out the mirrors. They're this shiny black mirrors. They're also very aerodynamic. They do have the camera inside of your blind spot assist. And then at the bottom, again, this aggressive side skirt right at the bottom with that piano black color. And this is the side of it. Let's check it out from the back. Very nice and classy back end of this vehicle. I do like this all LED tail lights right here. You have the third brake light, BMW Rover rear view camera, and right over here you can see that you're looking at the performance vehicle. The massive, huge dual exhaust on each side with this built-in diffuser, and that's all in the same color as the side skirt and the front bottom spoiler. So that's all in the piano black. M4 Competition badge on the side. Let's see if you can fit a bag of golf clubs in here. Well, it looks like you might have to take the golf clubs out of the bag and put them in individually if you want to fit them in the trunk. But if there's a will, there's a way, right? You can easily fit them in right inside of the rear seat, and then problem solved. Now, the trunk is fairly deep, but of course, because of the roof being there, it's not very tall. So you can fit in some regular groceries and stuff like this. Not much more going on in here, and it is a manual trunk. Well, check this out. Let's hear how this door closes. Boom. Not bad considering the windows were down, but let's check this out. So first of all, the color of this vehicle on the interior is called Tartufo, and that was the color that you can only order when directly ordering through BMW websites. In other words, dealers wouldn't able to order this color. Check this out. It is a 4-seater in the back, so you have 2 seat belts. The seat belts do have the M stitching right on the sides. They look pretty cool. I do like the back seats. Now, they don't have much room in the back, but I could actually pull my seat a little bit forward, still be comfortable. So for kids, maybe smaller adults, that would definitely be enough. Now, you do have your controls for the climate control, as well as the 2 USB Type-C ports and your own vents in the back, which is always a plus. Harman Kardon stereo, and let's jump inside. I'll show you the rest of it. And before we get inside, let's take a quick look at the door panel over here. So you do have the Harman Kardon stereo. You have this nice trim around the memory seats, and then of course you have the window mirror lock controls, and right here you control where you open the trunk, cup holder, and this is pretty much it. I gotta tell you, I do like this color. Now, when you walk inside this vehicle and you want to get in, you're welcome to by the M4 Competition badge. The seats, they're aggressive, but they're not overly aggressive, so they're made for regular people who once in a while want to enjoy the power of this vehicle. And here it is, the interior of this 2022 M4 Competition. It looks really nice, it looks really sporty. It's got a lot of very luxurious and sporty accents right here. We're going to start right over here. You can see this beautiful carbon fiber trim that's going to continue throughout this vehicle. Some polished aluminum accents. Then you have your iDrive screen over here, fully digital instrument cluster, and then you have this sporty steering wheel. Now, the steering wheel is kind of on the larger side, and it doesn't have the flat bottom, which you know, a lot of manufacturers use on the sporty vehicle. But you have this M logo right at the bottom. You have the carbon fiber trim on the left hand side. You see a bunch of buttons that basically controls your cruise control. On the right hand side, it controls what's going on in the instrument cluster. So we're going to check out some of the customization that's going on in here or in the head-up display. And right here, BMW logo, M1 and M2, 2 drive modes, M modes. Those are customizable as well. And then right in the back over here, you can see those very pronounced pedal shifters, one with a minus sign, one with a plus sign, in case you get confused. And let's take a look at this fully digital instrument cluster. So what you see right off the bat, you can see right on the right hand side, you can see the tachometer. The left hand side, you have a speedometer, goes to 200 miles per hour. And then of course on the left hand side, you have the fuel gauge. Right hand side, you have the temperature gauge. And then you can sort through some of the options that are right here. Right now we are set up for these buttons to control basically the head-up display. So I'm going to show you that in just a little bit. So here's your head-up display. See, I can scroll down here and see whether I want the radio right now or whether I want to do some other functions on that head-up display. Of course, plus and minus, this is for your volume. And then let's move on to this infotainment system. Now, I'm not a huge fan of BMW infotainment system. I think they're still behind, you know, some of the other competitors. However, with that said, they're vastly improved from the years behind, right? So it is a touchscreen, and it can also be controlled through the controller right at the bottom here. So you do have this controller, so typical to a lot of years of BMW. And what do you have? Is you have the media, communications, navigation, car, and apps. And as far as the media, you can see FM, AM. You have the Sirius XM, Spotify, Bluetooth audio. Of course, you can connect Android Auto and Apple CarPlay to it. Here's your communications. So mobile devices right now, it is not connected. And then navigation. All right, so where to destination. This is a typical BMW navigation system. It's been the same for quite a few years, but once you get used to it, I gotta tell you, it is pretty nice. Now the screen could be a little bit bigger. I'm not sure what size it is. It looks like probably about 10-inch screen, maybe. Could be a little bit larger, but it's not bad at all. So let's take a look at here, car. So you have the vehicle status, settings, so you can check out the lights, right? And they can show you on the animation of what we're doing right here. Another settings, driver's assistance, so safety and warnings. Again, forward collision mitigation, lane departure warning, active blind spot detection. All of that can be customized. You can set it up to early, medium, late, or off. And go back here, parking and maneuvering. Automatic PDC activation. What it says that when activated, the parking view is shown automatically when approaching an obstacle at low speed. Automatic parking, alert if parking space detected. So it does have this parking assist, which is nice. We haven't checked that out on the BMW yet. Maybe we'll do it later. And then so here's your so that's your car settings, driver profile, carrying car. Okay, so vitalize and relax. Audio output, automatic climate control must be active. So we have not activated this. Apps, installed apps. Here you go, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Now it is looking for a device right now. I'm not even sure if mine is set up for Bluetooth searching, but it is wireless, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and you can install other apps from BMW store. But what I was looking at is more of a performance apps. So see if there's anything else here. So engine data, so you can see the temperature, the turbo boost, and then here's your sport plus sport setup. So you can set up, here you go, engine, chassis, steering, brake, MX drive, four-wheel drive, sport. So when I press the M1 mode, DSC on, so chassis stabilization active. This is more of a civilized drive mode. And when I hit that M2 mode and confirm it, check it out. It's an M dynamic mode, optimum traction with reduced chassis stabilization, driver assistance steering intervention deactivated, and we are in the four-wheel drive sport, so that automatically turns on the all-wheel drive, while the M1, it's a rear-wheel drive. So down at the bottom here, you see your climate controls and then shortcuts for the climate control. So you do have the heated. I don't see ventilated seats, which I think at this price point, it should be, standard on the vehicle. And then again, you have your power and volume knob alongside with a bunch of buttons that you can customize either the radio stations, or in some cases you can customize different functions on it. Again, this beautiful carbon fiber trim. And then you have your shifter, nicely M is embossed in here, and then you have the M colors right here, so you can see the red, blue, and white, and overall a very pleasant setup. Now, in order to switch it to reverse, you have to kind of push it up a little bit, so go to the left. Let me see if I can hold it with my right hand. So again, push it to the left and up, and then we're in the reverse. And while we're there, let's check out the rear view camera. So what do we have is you do have the 360 camera, you do have the active trajectory lines, backup assistant, automatic parking, camera image, so parking and aid lines and obstacle mark can be on and off. So this is actually a nice looking camera. I wish it was a little bit tiny, a little bit bigger, maybe brighter too, but I think brightness can be adjusted. So, and then again, back to the shifter, put it in neutral. Here is your basically manual mode right here, up and down, or you can put it in drive. and put it in sport mode. Basically, if you want to see right here, it lights up. So now we have the manual mode activated, and then of course put it in park right over here. Boom. And so you have the traction control off, your camera, parking sensors, engine start stop button nice and red. You have the M mode set up right over here. Let's see what that does. All right, so here's the cool part about it. If you hit the M mode right over here, everything changes. With the M mode, you have completely different instrument cluster right over here. So you can see your RPMs, you can see your speed, you can see which drive you're in. Let's put it in drive, let's say, and here, which gear you're in, etc. You can adjust the gear ratios in here as well, and then hit park again. And then as far as the setup for the, here's another M mode drive, whichever one you like. You like this one, this is your original setup, or you like the M drive. We'll stick it with M drive. Let's see what it is. Now, setup button, let's check this out. It takes you over to the setup function over here. And then we also have exhaust button. Hit that, it's louder. If it's off, it's quieter. Auto hold, electronic parking brake. This is where you fold down your convertible top. And of course, this is your controls for what's going on. So you do have a bunch of shortcuts right here: home, media, map, navigation, and then this is basically where you control it. To the side, scroll. If you like something, you know, hit it, that's gonna select it. Then of course you have the back button over here. You do have the option button, and this is it, whichever way you prefer. I gotta tell you, I do like this interior color. It is really different. And on the seats itself, you can see the M4 that illuminates at night when you lock out the vehicle. That's pretty cool. Now this vehicle looks awesome. It sounds awesome. Let's take it for a spin. Well, if you're ready, I'm ready. Take it for a spin. Before we do that, a little bit about pricing. You know, I don't have the original sticker for this particular vehicle, but I was able to look it up and see what options it had installed. So it had the parking assistance package, executive package, M compound brake with red calipers, M Shadowline Lights, carbon fiber trim, and the Toronto red metallic was also an option that you'd have to pay for. Original MSRP estimated at about $91,445, so not bad, and it looks great in this combination. Well, I'll tell you, let's check this out. I'm gonna test it out off the line right now, and maybe once we get it on the road, we're gonna be able to test it out a little bit more. Let's check it out. What's scary, because this is a fairly short parking lot, so I don't have enough room to do the testing, but I gotta tell you, as far as turning radius, it's pretty good. As far as stiffness of this vehicle, this is one thing. And actually on this lot I've tested out a couple Lexuses too, which beautiful cars by the way, but you know, as far as the stiffness, as far as the cornering, this vehicle definitely takes the cake on this, because it is much stiffer. You can see how much bracing it is in front. It also has the adaptive dampers in the suspension, which basically can stiffen it up even more while driving in the M mode or the sport mode. And let's take it on the road. I'm gonna put it in the regular mode just for now. Turn off the M mode, put it in M1. Here's your daily driver, nothing too crazy. The exhaust is a little bit more tame in this mode, so you can barely hear it. Nice, comfortable suspension, definitely softer. But if you wanted to go chase something or someone, you can definitely make it a lot more aggressive. So driving in the regular mode is fun, but I gotta tell you, it takes a little bit to get used to the way that this transmission shifts. It does have the manual mode, which is easy to push in, even accidentally, and then you have to switch the gears manually. Now, of course, it's easy to switch it back, but you know, sometimes maybe even with your knee or accidentally you can push the button to the right or push the shifter to the right, and then you're gonna end up in the manual mode like I did, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? Why is it revving up so high? But that's because I didn't switch the gears. So once you get this handled and figured out, you should be okay. Now, I'm going to put it in that manual mode and with the drive mode, sport mode selected. Let's see how it drives. Actually, this is a regular mode, fully automatic. Let's go. Very quick, gets up to speed really quickly. That's not the aggressive mode. I can't even imagine what the aggressive mode is going to be. I hope we're going to be able to check that out in just a minute for you. But it is definitely, you could hear the gear shift is 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Very crisp, very on point. And put it in the M2 mode. It basically puts it in the four-wheel drive, and it also disables the traction control. So that is the really truly sport mode here. M2, let's go. Do hear a lot more cracking. It's a lot more fun. It's engaging, and I did it basically with the shifting the gears manually. Now this could be a whole day adventure. You can definitely get used to it, but this is not my car, unfortunately. I have to take it back, sadly, to the dealership and have them sell it. Well, I gotta tell you guys, awesome vehicle. There's really not much to change. Now, one thing, definitely spend some time if you buy it and learn how the shifter works, learn how to drive it, and don't underestimate it. 2.8 seconds, 0 to 60. This is a really powerful car. So don't think just, you know, you can get in and switch from a non-performance car and be the hero. No, definitely take your time, learn how to drive it, and be safe on the road, but also enjoy it a little bit too. You know, this vehicle definitely sounds amazing with this performance exhaust, 503 horsepower. It's really powerful, it's really quick. Definitely one of the on the top of my list of vehicles that I've driven. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, show me some love. Give me the like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.